All right. This is probably a reoccurring topic that we could have anytime something occurs, but it's simply just people in the wild. And not by wild like you're running through the woods, but like you're out in public somewhere. Wait, before we go on, there were two other individuals we need to thank when we were talking about the barbecue competition.
Yeah.
Buddy Craig Atkins.
Oh, yeah.
Fan of the show. Craig was there on Friday night and helped a lot Saturday, helped clean up, did a great job. And then the original Chuck Norris, our buddy Mike Kramer, was there for quite a while. He helped up.
He helped out with the barbecue competition.
Now, I'm going to be honest. Our buddy Brado kind of got there and went off to another camp and didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He knew where his bread was buttered or his belly was scratched, and he big timed us a little bit.
Yep.
We're not going to forget about that, Brado.
Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I guess.
Anyway, so I wanted to remember to thank
Sure.
Craig and Mike there for their help because we appreciate them coming out and spending their time. So when I say like in the wild, I mentioned it. It's not people like in the woods, but it's just people out in society.
People watching.
Yeah. And so the other day, it was here in Huntingburg. I got two instances here, and then I'll turn it over to the table. Two instances here. We were at the old Dollar General in Huntingburg, South Side. On Sundays, our friends at More for Less close at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, our soccer schedule
Runs till freaking 8.
well, yeah, it does. We've been fortunate not to have any of those this year. But we played the 5 o'clock game with only 5 girls. By the way, we only had 5 show up. Had to play all 5. It was tough. And, of course, it was Brother Noblet's squad. They got a stud there.
Yeah.
Probably friend of the program, Jill Noblet. She caught somebody let one rip, and she got the hands up to grab it. Real athletic move on
she's
her part.
sporty.
But anyways, so we go to the Dollar General because we drink milk like it's going out of style.
Oh, yeah.
We're probably 3 gallons plus a week.
No, we're more than that.
Well, my kids aren't.
I know.
Yeah, we're getting there. So I get done throwing milk into the old lady tank, and I look over, and some guy got out of his pickup truck. Nothing that strikes out of the ordinary with that. He comes walking around the front of the truck. Son of a bitch ain't got no shoes on. Barefoot.
Might have been me.
Walks across the park, walks into the parking
Not
lot,
anymore.
sidewalk, and walks into Dollar General like he had a pair of sneakers on. And I was just like, isn't there like a saying like no shirt, no shoes, no service? I guess that's only food
It's
restaurants.
actually shoes first.
No shoes, no shirt, no service.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, first off, you couldn't, like, there's Crocs, there's Birkenstocks, there's flip-flops, there's anything you can put on your feet.
Not everybody can afford a pair of Birks.
Oh, I love mine, by the way.
Yeah.
Got them on right now.
Yeah.
But that was the first
What'd you
one.
call him? Oh, Khaki Man last night?
Oh, I forget what it was.
Captain Khaki or something like that? Khaki shorts, khaki Birks. He's got her going on, baby.
But I was just like flabbergasted. Like I stood there and just watched, and it just, like it was no big deal. Dirty-ass feet walking into Dollar General. Second instance, people in the wild. I was driving back from getting a lift on at work. I think it was Monday.
Getting a what?
Lift.
On your
Workout.
truck?
Oh.
Yeah. I was
Sorry.
gonna say,
Yeah.
you put a lift on the polar bear?
Polar bear's in a bad spot.
Anyway, a workout. You're on your way back from a workout.
Yeah, and so I look up at the bank, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Shout out to our girl Cap. She doesn't work in the valley,
Right.
but they've got a nice bank there. There's a champagne-colored Buick.
Well, I love Buicks.
And some...
Hey, hold on just a second. Shh.
Oh. Is that...
Speaking of people working at SVB and
Because it got brought up earlier.
So anyways, so I look up. This guy happens to catch my attention because he's wearing like... He's an older gentleman, probably retired. Hawaiian shirt.
depends
yeah.
on the outside.
Son of a bitch doesn't have it buttoned. And he's got like
oh, yeah?
no undershirt. No undershirt.
Let's say
What's
that's
the problem?
David's.
And I'm like, he's walking out of the bank with an envelope, and I'm like, Those poor tellers in there.
Did he just go in and do his bank business with his whole ass shirt unbuttoned?
He probably just got out of the garden from working this morning. He's like, I got to stop at the bank. And I looked and I was like, what are people like, why do you not button up your shirt?
I am probably one of the best people watchers. Now, my mom and dad, when I was a kid, would call it gawking.
Yeah.
I'm a real big gawker. Now,
Zach, stop gawking.
Now, I think it could
Big
be
gawk on you, huh?
Yeah, no. I think it's because of it's probably because of the ADHD. You know what I mean? Like I think that's probably got a lot to do with it too. Squirrels and whatnots, you know. But which we've talked about this probably more than once before, but I am a huge proponent for people watching, and there are certain events or places that you go.
Barbecue contest wasn't bad Saturday.
Yeah, it was not. But there are several places where you can go to people watch that are better than others. Now, top 5, top 3. Number 1, hands down, has got to be Walmart.
Yeah.
Walmart or some sort of large retail store that has like bargain shopping. And Walmart, so used to when I worked nights and the warden worked nights, before we had kids, we would do a lot of shopping late at night. Like we would just sleep during the day and we would try to stay on our schedules and stuff like that and be like, hey, let's just run over to Walmart. And it'd be, if you got there at like 11:50, they do that whole shutdown at 11:59 to roll over for the next day. So you had to either go before or after that because like all the registers would close and it was just a pain in the dick and all that stuff. So that like 1 o'clock in the morning time slot to 2-3 o'clock in the morning time slot at Walmart, that is a wild world. That is the Wild West is what that was. And guys, I'm telling you, the creatures that come out at night, like that's a real thing. Like,
yeah, I know. I represented him.
Yeah, I know. You've been there, and Dave grew up in it. Like, I know. I know. So it's like, it's nothing new to you.
Hey, Dave, bless your heart, but you grew up with it.
But I mean, like people watching, and like another thing too. It's terrible to say, but like funerals that you don't know. Like I went to a Hispanic funeral one time.
Of somebody you didn't know?
No, I knew.
Randomly.
Bet they got tacos.
Yeah.
No.
But they got some papooses back here in the family room.
That's terrible. I went to a Hispanic funeral.
Did you go get a papoose or a taco?
No, they did not have any pupusas or tacos.
Regular old Subway sandwiches.
They were mourning the loss of a loved one. And just watching like that different culture and like how they grieve and like how, because we've talked about this before, the family unit
it's big there.
It is huge and like in a Mexican family. And like I just, people, the way they express grief, it's different, and that was a wild thing. And then, I'm struggling to come up with that third one.
Dollar General, probably.
Yeah, Dollar General or one of those other like the Family Dollar or the Dollar Tree.
Making big progress there.
Oh, concerts. Yes, concerts, live music. Yeah, airports. Big time. Yes, ma'am, airports.
Airports is a high alert situation because you're looking for the next guy that you think is going to do something wonky on a plane.
Yeah. Yeah, I love people watching, man. I do. I'm a big fan of
have you had any people in the wild recently, though?
Oh, well, yeah, I deal with them every day.
Well, that's what the whole thing was about. I did have something come across my feed in Starkville, Mississippi.
Oh, yeah?
In Starkville, Mississippi, at the Pony down there. And I don't know why this came across my feed, but they're going to do biscuits and gravy wrestling with the ladies.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk about a night of some people watching old B&Gs and some ladies and G-strings wrestling is probably going to be pretty entertaining.
Now, speaking of people watching at a titty bar, so me and some other guys that I will leave nameless. we would frequent a couple of these gentlemen's clubs in Evansville, Indiana, in our youth, and we all worked at the mine together. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but
I'm going to describe you
yeah,
to the
no.
to it.
So we would always carry like a nice set of clothes in our vehicle, and if we would get rained out or something, we would always just boogie down to Evansville and go down to these clubs. And we went down there one night, and just so happened another guy that worked with us decided to tag along. That usually he wasn't part of the crew. And in this particular night, there was
The stripper loved him, didn't she?
finger sandwiches. There was a big long tray of like finger sandwiches set up for the patrons of the club.
Customer appreciation
Yeah,
night.
and this guy, like, you couldn't have fucking paid me $1,000 to eat one of them little ham sliders. Not a chance. No fucking way. And I bet you we sat there, and this was a juice bar, so there was no and I don't even think we were 21 at the time. So we weren't drinking beers or nothing, and I'd be damned if I'm paying $15 for a Red Bull or a Coke. You know what I mean? And I bet you I watched that fucker go back and forth to that line 3 or 4 times.
He was at the Golden Corral.
Coming back with his plate.
Guys,
People sandwiches.
they got free sandwiches.
And we looked over at him, and I thought, are you seeing this? Like, what is happening? Like, why are you doing? Like, that is insane. No way would I mean, and I'm a fat bastard. I'm an opportunist when it comes to eating for free food, you know.
Like a raccoon in a trash can.
Amen. But I'm not eating a finger sandwich at a titty bar, that's for sure.
We were in Evansville at an establishment, and this was in the college days. And we were there it was a large group of us, and I was sitting there with a guy that he looks up across from Perv Row, and he goes, "That's my fucking athletic director from high school." And he was over there just throwing the ones like it was going out of style. And as soon as those two made eye contact, the AD was like, "You don't know I'm here."
I've been to one before with a group of guys where they were both going to school at VU at the time, and a girl that was in one of his classes was dancing, and that got a little awkward, you know what I mean, for just a short bit. And then I've also been to another one in Louisville, and was getting so like that was another weird thing. So like at this particular place in Louisville, we were all at a concert, and then after we got done with the concert, we went, and we were all like, some guy that was with us kind of had like fuck you money or something, so he bought like 3 or 4 or 5 of us all lap dances. So we were all like getting lap dances, and this like you were basically on like this huge sectional, and you were sitting like right like it would be like if us three were sitting on this side of the table, and we were all simultaneously getting lap dances, like, and the strippers were like talking to each other, and like we're talking, hey, you know, that's pretty good, you know, hey, yeah, it's pretty good, you know.
That must be what like a gangbang.
Yeah, it was wild. And this guy, the chick that was giving me a lap dance, went to high school with the guy that was sitting next to me that was in my group. And then the whole time, they're just like talking about high school, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah,
Nuts tits.
that is great. You know, good deal. You know, glad I didn't pay for this.
We were down in Louisville for a guy's bachelor party. Some friends of the program, they were down there, and we were. They had trivia, and I was the
At a titty bar?
I was the
I
smartest.
bet the intellectual level. That's terrible.
Well, hold on.
No,
And
that's-
here's the thing.
Shots
I
fired.
was the smartest man in PTs that night in Louisville.
Did you get a free lap dance?
No, I got a bunch of glass. Like, I had a ton of stuff. I don't know what's happened to it, but that was one night for a bachelor party. We came back. Almost got my ass kicked one night at one. A guy that we went with was taking pictures, and the bouncer saw him, and he thought I was involved in it.
What an idiot.
No clue what was going on.
No cell phones at a booby bar.
I felt these big bear paws on my shoulder, and I was like, what do you want with me, pal?
Yeah, shout out to my cousin Ori Schaus.
Big phone in a...
No, he didn't have his phone out, but we almost tangoed with a group. down at Scores in Evansville one time, and you hate to stereotype people, but in that particular
You're
event,
going to go ahead and do it?
there was a white young male that maybe thought in his own mind that he was part of that very hip-hop oriented African American demographic
Oh.
as a white man.
Oh.
So
Cultural appropriation. is
he
what
was
they call it.
speaking in what you would say like Ebonics,
Oh, really?
and really trying to taunt us blue jean wearing white boys. And I was forcefully put into a taxi cab by a bouncer that evening, thinking that I was the aggressor. But I was not the aggressor because this feller was telling me to cross his line.
Oh, he put a line in the
Yeah,
thing?
come on, cross this line. And I wasn't having it.
Well,
But,
that guy was
yeah.
probably a regular. We never Scores a couple times, but in Evansville, we'd always go to the Lucky Lady. That was our go-to spot for 21st birthday parties.
Never really went to the Lucky.
Oh
that
my
much.
gosh, I'd go right now.
Closer to campus, probably.
It's just as far as way. It's just up the road from Scores. You go up Scores and go north on First Avenue or Main Street. It's right
Oh.
there.
Yeah, like
But-
I said, I don't think I ever. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever been into the Lucky Lady.
But they did $2 Miller High Life bottles on like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even about going for the scenery. They would have football on and Miller High Lifes. And we were
a lot of football on Tuesdays, huh?
well, I think it might have been either Thursday or Wednesday. I don't know.
Fucking pervert.
Yeah. But
We went to.
we'd go and drink $2 Miller High Lifes. We'd go drink $2 Miller High
We
Lifes.
talked about
smoke
that.
sticks.
We talked about that titty bar trip when we went to Knob Creek, didn't we? That machine gun shoot down in Bullitt County, Kentucky. And we were going to stop at this one gentleman's lounge that I think was called River Girls Lounge or some shit. And it had this huge sign that said $2 drafts. And we were so off put by. It was like walking into into a 1970s horror film. And my one buddy he's a smoker, he's like, hey, can I get an ashtray? And the bartender that was probably 75 pulled an empty beer bottle out of the trash and said, here, ash in this. You're not supposed to smoke in here because the health department. We serve food too. And yeah, nobody ordered a $2 draft. I'll just take I'll take a Busch Light, or whatever. And yeah, it was wild.
We did. We were on a buddy's bachelor party in Nashville, and I forget.
Sounds like titty bars are probably the best people watching so far that we've come across.
And we were whichever one is on the west end of Broadway that's across the interstate. We were there
in Nashville.
Yeah,
I don't think I've
Hustler
ever been
maybe.
I don't think I've ever been to one in Nashville either.
And we were so floored by the fact, like our taxi cab driver was like, "Hey, none of them serve alcohol, or that one doesn't serve alcohol. You can take your own
Yeah,
beer."
kind of like the Booby Bungalow.
So a bunch of
Bring your own cooler.
good old boys.
Down
Yeah,
in Dayton.
you could bring your own beer, but it had to be warm, and you had to buy the ice there.
So
I think that's how
in
the Booby
Dayton,
Bungalow
you could
was.
take your beer and it could be cold, but you had to pay them to bring it to you. So you went and bought the case of beer, then you had to pay them $1 a beer to bring it to you, and then you had to tip them.
So you had to pay they had a per like case charge that they charged you, but there was like 10 or 12 of us, about 5 or 6 30 racks of Busch Light, and
That
it
was
was
my
a party.
21st birthday. We went over there. No, pardon me. I was 21. That next day was my mom's 42nd birthday,
Oh,
and I missed
So
it
you went for your mom. Oh,
because we went out to the booby bar until
here's
4 a.m.
here's a moment where future me didn't think about it. We went down, so outside of Savannah, Georgia, on the South Carolina side, there is a gentleman's establishment where there's the liquor store in the basement and the club
Poker in the
upstairs.
rear.
Yeah. And so it's off the kind of this highway beaten path, but it's in South Carolina, but it's the one everybody from Savannah goes to. And we went down as buddy from college, and we were going down to see Florida Man. And he was like, hey, there's this club we need to go to. They don't sell beer. We can buy it downstairs. It'll all work out. It's like, perfect. We go and have a blast. Like, he's a strip club connoisseur. We're just drinking beers, like run down a liquor store, drink cake. Like, it was just a blast. We'd met some guys from Texas that were there for a bachelor party, play golf, all that other stuff. We became friends instantly, obviously. I mean, we're sociable people. Have a blast. Close the place down. We're lucky that those guys hung around. Like, we closed the place down together because there was 0 cabs. Turn the lights off, get the hell out. We had no way to get back to our hotel. It's like 3 a.m. I was like, what are we going to do? And the guys from Texas were like, hey, boy, just come on with us. We got plenty of room. We rode in this, like, 8-passenger van, and there was, like, 14 of us in there. It was a tight squeeze.
God.
So fast forward to Janelle and I have been married a couple years, and her family did a trip down to Tybee Island, which is south of, like, Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're driving back because we had to leave early to come back for a wedding, and we were flying out of Charleston. So we're driving up, and right when we drive past this place, I go, that's a strip club. And she goes, how do you know? And I was like, because I've been there. And she's like, I didn't realize. I was like, yeah. She goes, I thought it was a liquor store. Yeah, down below on the main level. The strip club's upstairs. Rolled right past it. Didn't even realize it. And I was like, son of a bitch. Because I just like,
Oh, wow.
that's the club.
Trip down memory lane.
Yeah. And had to explain it to Janelle.
People in the wild.
It is.
Love it.
We're going to take a quick pause because that was a hot one. We'll be right back.